Deadpool 2 is another Deadpool movie, except this movie is a lot better in nearly every conceivable way.
Shut the fuck up. Both movies are
Wait,
classics.
who said that? You? Seriously? We're not doing that fourth wall breaking shit in my videos. Get the hell out of here. Unbelievable, that guy. So Deadpool has been traveling the world doing Deadpool stuff, killing bad guys in his Deadpool way, increasingly violent ways, all said to Dolly Parton, of course. He finds his way home only to major first act spoilers right here, so skip this video and go see the movie instead. His girlfriend from the last movie gets taken out by a mobster that Deadpool failed to kill during that Dolly Parton montage. So after losing the love of his life, he tries to commit suicide because the love of his life is gone, and that makes the first Deadpool movie pointless. Whatever. He finds his way to the X-Men and Colossus and all those guys. Through a series of convoluted circumstances, he gets thrown in jail, he meets Cable, now he has to protect this kid, and he has to recruit X-Force. The Cable subplot of him coming back in time to kill a kid that's going to cause some trouble in the future. It's Terminator 2. Everybody knows it's Terminator 2. Except it has the Deadpool twist on it, which means over-the-top gratuitous violence, curse words, pop culture references, fourth wall breaks, and of course plenty of dick jokes. The disappointing plot aside, this movie is nearly everything I would want in a Deadpool movie. This movie ramps up the lunacy of the first to just an absolute insane degree. The action is also so much better than the last one. They got one of the John Wick guys to come in and direct the movie, and the action is so impressive. Like Deadpool using his healing factor to his advantage, he breaks his own arm and chokes the guy with his broken arm. I should say when it's a real fight, it's impressive. When two CGI characters go at it, it's not that good looking. David Lech, however you pronounce your name, was the perfect guy to direct this movie. He also handled the comedy really well, which I wasn't expecting. The John Wick movies have some comedy in them, but they're mostly dry comedy, unless you're laughing at Keanu Reeves' hilariously bad acting. There's so many pop culture references, superhero references, references to the X-Men movies, Marvel movies in general, and references to the comics themselves, including an awesome reference to Deadpool creator Rob Liefeld and his inability to draw feet. There's so many laugh-out-loud moments in the movie that it's impossible to talk about without spoiling. I just want you to go see it and laugh your ass off like I did. Even subtle background jokes like the future Cable's from, because he's basically Terminator, looks exactly like Terminator 2. Deadpool's also wearing Chunk's shirt from Goonies, which, Josh Brolin's a Goonie. A few jokes don't land, of course, just because there's so many, but, when there's 1,000 jokes in the movie and you hit 90% of them, that's an A in my book. And an A in math, but who's counting? This movie, however, does fall into the comedy sequel trap of just repeating the same jokes from the first movie. But I think they spin them enough to be funny again, so this movie gets a pass, unlike Dumb and Dumber 2, Zoolander 2. Ryan Reynolds is great as Deadpool. He owns the role, as far as I'm concerned. Josh Brolin plays a great straight man to Deadpool. He knows exactly how to play Cable, overly serious but still saying ridiculous lines and reacting to the Deadpool ridiculousness. Zazie Beetz as Domino was great, not like the comic book version at all, except with the power as a name. She has a much more carefree, lax attitude due to her power of being lucky all the time, as opposed to the comics where she's pretty dark and grim. But I think we had enough dark and grim with the plot and Cable. They also do a great job showing her powers and what she's capable of. Everything's crashing around her, but since she's so lucky, nothing's really affecting her. She just walks with a carefree attitude. Terry Crews and Bill Skarsgård as members of the X-Force, just amazing performances. Scene stealing, really. I do wish they'd just stop trying to go for the heart in these movies. It never really works for me. I don't care about Deadpool's need to save this kid. I don't really care about his girlfriend dying because I didn't really buy that relationship in the first. They just don't develop the relationships enough for me to care. Either punch up the emotional stuff or just make the movie go into absolute darkness and insanity. The movie does have problems, of course, but they're fairly minor. The CGI looked pretty bad at times, especially when it's two CGI characters going at it. I don't know what the budget for this one was compared to the first, but this one had noticeably bad CGI. The editing and pacing also felt off, especially during the ending. It also has a few tonal shifts, like the ending of the first act is so dark compared to the rest of the movie, but the major tonal shift at the end of the first act was saved by the opening credits, basically insulting the filmmakers for killing the girlfriend in a James Bond style opening set to Celine Dion. The opening credits and end credits scenes are both fantastic. I love this movie. It was such a massive improvement on the first one, which I thought was okay. Much better action, funnier humor, better acting from most of the cast. See this movie if you love the first Deadpool, or maybe even if you didn't, because this movie is that much of an improvement. I don't really have a clever joke to end this review on, so my Deadpool head just wants me to cut to 30 random seconds of the Deadpool game. Bye.
Right, Stubby. Wake up! Up and at him! Fine, then. That's for all the clown jokes. That's for never calling just to say hi. That's because I get aroused when I slap people. That's for all the furry midgets in the world. That's because I feel like it. Why won't you wait?